What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Bryce Benjamin podcast. Happy New Year. We are in the 2020s, baby. Feels good. Feels a little weird, honestly. I'm not going to lie. First episode of the new year. A little bit later into the new year, of course, but better late than never, as they always say. So for the first episode of 2020, I was joined not today. I was joined by my good friend, Nick Scapillato. My man is a marketing major, marketing whiz. I'm going to throw that out there. Very cool dude to talk to, very intelligent dude to talk to. And always a good time whenever we do talk. I told him that I wanted him to be the first guest for the new year of this podcast, and so be it. He's able to come down and join me, and had a really awesome conversation. But enough of me rambling, because you know how I like to do. I want y'all to show some love for my guest today, Mr. Nick Scapillato. But that's life, bro. Shit is nuts. It's all over the place.
Everything now is all over the place. I mean, you could get in trouble for some shit that you did 11 years ago when you didn't even know you were doing something wrong. And you know what? That's not to say that it's not wrong because you did it 11 years ago, but that's how society raised you, because it wasn't wrong then, and you were raised in that society. You don't know any better.
You're a whole different person.
Absolutely.
What is it? Is this every 7 years you become a different person? Pretty much, I think it is.
I thought it was every 7 years that you shit out a piece of gum.
It might be that too.
I thought that's how long it takes gum to go through your digestive tract.
I think it's like every 7 years your cells is just like completely
regenerated.
Regenerated.
No shit.
Replenished or some shit.
No
I
shit.
think it's that. So
I mean,
yeah, you think about it. Think about you right now versus 7 years ago.
I feel, to be totally honest with you, I feel like a different dude from last year.
Right.
Like totally different dude from last year. I mean, I still hang out with the same crowd. I still keep in touch with the people that I want to keep in touch with. But I don't know. I like shit that used to piss me off doesn't really piss me off anymore. I feel like I'm a little more even keel, definitely more open minded, and I think that's just a result of the society we're in now.
Mm-hmm. I feel you on that one. I could just think back 7 years ago. I was 21 years old. My mindset was completely different. I was just chasing ass. Like that was the main goal, man.
Yeah.
Go to work, come home, get dressed, go out, and chase as much ass as possible.
So were you single for when like Tinder and Tinder and like Bumble and shit, like when that first came out?
Yeah.
Cause I was dating someone and I never got to fuck with it. And then I became single and I tried it out.
Yeah.
I didn't really like it that much, but I tried it out. But I'll never forget. I watched my buddy. We were down in Florida, and he was just swiping out everything. He got like 20 matches. He sends the same line to these 20 chicks, and the line was, "I hope you taste as good as you look."
See which one bite, huh?
He got like 10 bites. Chicks ate that shit up.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. I was like, if I was a chick, I would probably slap you.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I also know what type of dude he is.
Mm-hmm. It's fucking. I never did any of like the Tinders or any of those like dating joints. I mean, those really weren't like dating apps. Those was more like hookup apps.
Yeah, no, I never went on a Tinder date. I don't even think I ever met up with someone from Tinder or anything like that. I think I might have ran into a few people from Tinder, and nothing's weirder than that. Like, oh, didn't I match with you on Tinder? Like, oh, yeah.
Right.
Like,
yeah. Where does it go from there?
Neither one of us message each other.
I talked to a lot of people that like a couple of my friends and family members, they've done Tinder and shit like that, but it was more of Like it was a hookup app. It was like a way to meet people or meet girls to have sex with them. And like I don't think I've seen or is to this day seen a successful relationship last from Tinder.
No, definitely not. I mean,
it was an interesting concept when I first heard about it, and I was curious, but I was never like, because it kind of takes away from the fun of it for me.
Yeah,
where I kind of got my thrill when I was single and going out and trying to get with women. The thrill of it was the hunt, like it was the chase.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Everyone loves a good chase.
Yeah, like that was the fun part. That was like you go out to a club, you go out to a bar or whatever like that, and
you dance a little bit.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Seeing like what works and knowing if your game is strong enough to be able to pull the girl that you want in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I will never forget that you told me that you've never learned more from someone than you did from Daryl.
I was just about to mention that.
Fucking Daryl.
Shout out to Daryl Morgan, man. That dude, he one night just changed my world. One night going out with that dude changed my world.
Like, I'll never forget Daryl because, like, his sheer professionalism, the way that man talked, just smooth talking. He's intellectual. He knows what to say and when to say it and who to say it around. And I will never forget that I being new at Tuxedo Junction that he was like one of the model employees. Like, this guy's been around forever. He has a great career too. He just comes back to help us out because we're a family. All of this stuff. And he comes up. He says a few words about Joe and everyone there. Meeting's off. He's fucking smooth talking to me about chicks. I'm like, what?
Smooth operator. You know, it's funny because when I first started there, I was like 18 when I first started.
Yeah.
And I knew he was a teacher, but I really didn't know much about him. And it's kind of funny, like hearing him talk. Like, this dude was going out to Toronto every weekend and go meet up with people and shit like that. And
yeah,
I'm like, damn. And he going out and you hear how he talk and you see how he interact with customers.
Yeah.
But then you see him outside of work and it's like, damn, this dude is a whole nother animal, yo. He's the same. What's the saying? The Kobe Bryant effect.
Different animal, same beast.
Yeah, that's exactly what Daryl was. I should say.
I haven't seen him in a minute.
Yeah, I haven't talked to him in a while. I've been trying to get in contact with him to get him on the show.
I haven't talked to many people from Tuxedo Junction.
Nah. Dree had her baby.
I do.
Yeah, shout out to Dree. Shout out to the
Love
baby.
you, Dree.
Penelope.
I texted her just a little bit. No, I said Happy New Year's to Nancy. But otherwise, besides for you, Dree, and Nancy, I mean, there's really nobody that I want to talk to anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, not to say that any of them weren't good people or weren't nice people, but we just didn't connect like that. Or like offline, we'll say. Like outside of the job, like I met a lot of people there that are great people.
Yeah.
I saw Zach when I went back to the mall. Like I think I went back to the mall to Christmas shop for the first time in like a year. And I walked past the store and I saw like two dudes that I didn't know, and I saw Zach. I'm like, oh, all right. Well, I go in, and I shook Zach's hand. I was like, what's up, dude? Just shot the shit for like a second, and I got out of there. Yo, they got like sparkly loafers and shit now.
I seen that. I I rented a tux from there a couple of months ago for the adult prom. I got like a Paisley joint.
Okay.
Yeah, so they got some new shit in there and whatnot. But yeah, man, the employees it's all different. It's crazy.
I think I've said it to you, but I'll never forget walking in on my first day, or no, not my first day, my first Joe T meeting, and seeing Sean, Danielle, April, yourself, Matt Ellis, Will, Bill, like all of these people that were here for like 4 or 5 years that knew everything about the place. And then in the snap of a finger, it was me and Matt Ellis, because you had gone away for a little bit.
Yeah, not by choice.
No, like just like you were gone.
Yeah.
And even though you and I didn't really see each other that often because you were out at the NF store, like it still fucks with you.
Yeah.
And then going into the meeting, it's me, Matt Ellis, and like a bunch of people that are like 3 years younger than me. And I'm already getting made fun of for being young. It's like, holy shit. And then, I don't know, you sort of saw things change. Like when I started to do those new hire meetings and go through the kids and train just kind of saw like how much had changed since I think I started there in 2012.
Yeah.
Like everything, like as stupid as it sounds, but like the work ethics, like I had people that just didn't want to do anything.
Yeah.
And it's okay, like don't do anything, but don't complain when A, you don't get fired, B, you don't get a raise, or C, both.
Yeah. And I think that has to do with, it has to be part of like a certain generation, right?
It's got to be like parenting.
Like when's the generational cut where like work ethic just kind of just plummeted? I
get told all the time when I'm at my work that like I'm one of the rarer ones that they've seen, that like where I do go home and I work after hours and I'm always there and I'm always willing to stay late. Like I don't take many sick days. I still don't take many sick days. So I think it's right around like 96, 97, 98.
That's what I was thinking.
Because I could tell you right now that like all of my friends, like some of them are more well off than my family was, but they all still work their ass off.
Right.
Like I got a buddy who's got a 9 to 5 and he still valets on the weekends. Mm-hmm. Like he'll pick up a shift from like 5 to 8. He'll say, hey, like, can I get out a half hour early? Like if I miss my lunch? Yeah, sure. Leaves at 4:30, goes downtown and starts valeting at 5. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, but that generational shit scares me.
Shit is nuts, man. It seems like, I don't know what it is. Like talking to younger people, look, I sound like a fucking old head. But talking to like that younger generation, like the 99s, the 2000 babies and shit like that, I get a sense of entitlement that you haven't earned. I'm like, absolutely, and I get. Actually, no, I don't get it. Maybe it's social media, the social media presence of everything, and like you see, I don't know what it is.
Sucks.
Social media does, man. Social media sucks balls, bro.
Social media causes so much unnecessary shit. Not only between like people that are close, like that's the thing about social media for me, is it can cause stuff between you and somebody that you're close with, but it could cause stuff between you and somebody who's halfway around the world that you're never gonna meet. Mm-hmm. And you just get a sour taste in your mouth.
Social media can be good on some aspects of it, but it's you know what I see all the time when I go on like Twitter or Facebook. It's just somebody wants to attack somebody for whatever reason.
Oh, absolutely,
all the time. Like
absolutely.
People just go on there looking to just attack for whatever it may be, and I'm like, yo, y'all don't get tired of that shit?
I get shit all the time, like not really too much anymore, but like when all this cancel culture and all this sort of stuff started, like I distinctly remember like I used to get shit like I couldn't have an opinion because I was a guy, and even worse, a white guy. Like I get it, white dudes do some pretty terrible shit, no one's gonna argue you on that, but I'm Nick from Lancaster,
right?
I fucking work in Excel all day long. I think the worst thing that I've ever done was, I think one time I stole a mood ring, like when I was 10, and probably said some derogatory words one too many times about people's sexual orientation. But you live and you learn. Like that's wrong. Moving forward, fix your shit and move on.
Right.
Stop attacking people. Stop like. People focus way more on how different they are than what they have in common. Mm-hmm. And like, I don't know. I've never really been like that. Like I'm a pretty outgoing person. I try to be as social as possible. So I try to find common ground with most people.
Exactly.
Like there's people that we used to work with. Like being at Tuxedo Junction was great because you are forced to talk to somebody for 8 hours.
Got to.
Whether you like it or not. Whether I like you or not, you and I are going to be best friends by the end of this shift because no